What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different here on the channel, and that is about manual transmissions. So manual transmissions have been around for a long time, and they've been in many sports cars, many supercars, and at the moment they're becoming a little bit scarce here in 2019. So that kind of encouraged me to compile a list of 7 cars and trucks that surprisingly have a manual transmission, because obviously they're getting really scarce, and not a whole lot of cars are gonna have manual transmissions anymore, and that's gonna be kind of bad for the enthusiast. That's gonna be kind of kind of sad for the real car enthusiast who wants to actually have a manual transmission. So here are some of the cars that are surprisingly still have a manual transmission here in 2019. So number 1 is in fact the Cadillac ATS-V. The Cadillac ATS-V is Cadillac's kind of a luxury sport coupe here in their lineup. It's kind of a little brother to the Cadillac CTS-V, and the Cadillac ATS-V has a twin turbo V6 engine coupled with a 6-speed manual transmission, which is pretty cool, honestly. And I gotta say, the fact that it even has a manual transmission is pretty cool. It's a really rare car. You don't really see a whole lot of them. Especially the V series Cadillacs, and the fact that it has a manual transmission is pretty something. So yeah, number 1 is in fact the Cadillac ATS-V. Number 2 here on my list is the Jeep Renegade. So yes, the Jeep Renegade is Jeep's kind of a sport compact SUV in their lineup, and it's kind of the replacement of the Patriot in a way. So that's kind of pretty cool. They kind of replaced the Patriot with something like that, the Renegade, and obviously that's doing pretty well, I guess. A lot of people really seem to like them because they're just a small kind of sporty compact car. So the Jeep Renegade has a 6-speed manual transmission coupled with a 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and I believe that makes 160 horsepower. So it's not terribly slow, but it's not absolutely fast. Jeeps aren't meant to be fast, nowhere near fast. It's just meant to be a great off-roader. Jeeps are more or less to be off-road vehicles, and that's kind of what this is, but it's kind of not. If you do get the Trailhawk version, then you're getting the full-on off-road package, which, if that is what you really want, then I feel like you should get that. If you want a small off-roader, then you should get that. But it's still surprising that the Renegade does in fact have a manual transmission. I mean, you would expect it to be fully automatic and everything, but no, Jeep is still sticking with that. And there's one other car by Jeep that also makes manual transmissions, other than the Wrangler. The Wrangler's been around for such a long time, and it comes with a 6-speed manual transmission. And I feel like if Jeep kind of acts that with the Wrangler, then not a whole lot of people would buy them. And I guess that's kind of the thing, because Wranglers have had manual transmissions since the start. So it's pretty cool to see the manual transmissions in other Jeep models other than the Wrangler, like for instance the Renegade, and the other one that I'm gonna mention here in a little bit. So number 3 is in fact the Subaru Crosstrek. So the Crosstrek is like Subaru's another hatchback of Subaru. I don't know how to explain it in a way, but it's just there. And seems to be a little bit popular. I don't know how popular it is, but I've seen them around, and they don't look too bad actually. But it does in fact have a 5-speed manual transmission, And I guess it's pretty cool that Subaru's offering that on some other models other than the Impreza, the BRZ, and the WRX STI. So obviously, you do have the WRX STI that has a 6-speed manual, and I believe the BRZ has a 6-speed manual as well, and the WRX as well. And then the Impreza has the 5-speed manual as well. I mean, that's no surprise. I'm not gonna mention most of these, some of these other cars that have manual transmissions that are kind of no surprise to anybody, like a WRX STI, like we all know that has a 6-speed. But yeah, that's pretty cool still that it does in fact have a 5-speed manual transmission. The Subaru Crosstrek is number 3. Number 4 is in fact the Honda Accord. It's still kind of cool to see that the Honda Honda is still offering manual transmissions on most of their cars. I would say not all, but some of their cars. I mean, you got the Honda Accord, you got the Honda Civic. That's literally no surprise. And then you also have the Honda Fit, which I'm not going to add on this list, but I'm just going to say it, out there. It does have a manual transmission option. But yeah, no, the Honda Accord, though, you get a 2-liter turbocharged, I believe it's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. You may have to correct me in the comments on that. But, it's still pretty cool. The Honda is still offering a manual. I'm not sure how long they're going to be doing this. It's kind of cool still that it's still around at least. And I mean, obviously, the Civic Type R has a manual. It's only manual transmission. So yeah, it's still pretty cool that Honda is still doing that. And that is number 4 on the list. Number 5 is in fact the Toyota Tacoma. So the Toyota Tacoma has been around for a long time, and obviously, it's just a popular truck from Toyota. Whenever you think of Toyota trucks, first truck that comes to your mind is a Tacoma, and that's pretty cool. I gotta say, they're still offering manuals. I know they did it in the 80s and 90s. With the older, kind of trucks, and then, the Toyota Hilux, the T100, and then obviously the Tacoma itself. It's really not a surprise, but then again, it is to see it here in 2019 and still have a manual transmission option. So, yes, you can get a 6-speed manual transmission mated with 3.5-liter V6, and that is on the TRD Sport trim, and I believe the SR5 trim also does have the 6-speed manual transmission option. So that's pretty cool to have that, and pretty cool to see that here from Toyota. I know they offer manual transmissions on a lot of their other models, as well as the Corolla, the GT86, and probably other models as well. I'm kind of surprised it's not on the Camry, though. I mean, it would be pretty cool, nice if it was on the Camry. You see a manual on the Camry, but I guess not. It's kind of whatever, honestly. And no, yeah, I gotta say, props to Toyota to keep doing that. I know the 4Runner, I believe I want to say the 4Runner has the manual option as well. I'm not entirely sure on that, so you may have to let me know in the comments about that, but may have to check your research on that as well. So that is number 5. Number 6 is in fact the Jeep Compass. So yes, this was the other Jeep I was talking about that also has a manual as well. So the Jeep Compass, pretty interesting little SUV. For what it is, it's a little. I don't know how that correlates to which other Jeep, but it's a pretty interesting Jeep for the most part. Let's just say that. It still has a 6-speed manual here in 2019. That's still interesting to have a manual transmission in that Jeep specifically. And I mean, 3 Jeeps with the manual. The Grand Cherokee fully automatic, the Cherokee fully automatic, and the Gladiator I would say is also manual, but I think it's also manual as well. But pretty cool to see that on the Jeep Compass. And that is number 6 on the list. And number 7, last but not least, is in fact the Dodge 2500 HD Cummins. So this truck is the diesel version of the Ram, of the Dodge Ram pickup trucks. And I gotta say, it's pretty cool that it still has a manual transmission. At least it's an option. It's not like standard, or it's not the only thing. It's an option. It's there if you absolutely want it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's one of the only brand new diesel trucks of 2019 that offer that. I know the brand new, like the the really new Dodge Ram only has the automatic transmission with the rotary dial. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's still cool. If you do want the Cummins, you still have the 6-speed manual transmission. I believe the Silverado only is automatic, and the Super Duty Ford trucks are also automatic as well. So if you absolutely want to have that kind of retro throwback experience, the manual transmissions, then there you go. You might as well get that. I mean, Dodge has been throwing in the manual transmissions and their Dodge the diesel trucks for a long time. Pretty much, I would say, since the first gen Ram pickup trucks, or you may have to quote me on that again. Don't quote me on that again. But yeah, that is so that's pretty much the end of my list. And that is number 7. The Dodge 2500 HD Cummins is number 7, and that is the final vehicle on my list. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed any vehicles, any cars, any trucks, anything like that on my list. I didn't mention any of the obvious ones like the Camaro, the Dodge Challenger, or the Ford Mustang. We all know those are manual transmissions, and it's still cool to have them around. I didn't mention any of the serious, like, obvious ones, and I just really didn't think it was necessary. So yeah, I mean, these were just surprising vehicles that you would think that, like, oh yeah, it's just fully automatic, but no, it's you can spec it out to be a manual transmission if you truly want it to be, and that's pretty cool though. So let me know if you think I missed any vehicles in the comments below, and let me know what you guys think of the list. Maybe I'm gonna do, maybe I kind of want to do another one of these, maybe like kind of top 7 or top 5 vehicles that come with it that don't have a manual transmission, or maybe, I don't know. I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you all did enjoy it. Hopefully you all did learn something a little bit interesting and new about the car community and cars in general. So yeah, I mean, if you guys did and you'd like to see more, don't forget to drop that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it, man. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next episode.
This is a Chuki Beat production.